Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about how businesses can stop losing customers with broken Google ad campaigns. So if your phone isn't ringing, your calendar isn't filling up, and you're spending thousands of dollars monthly on Google ads, but no converting customers, this video here is for you. So the thousands and thousands of dollar question that nobody can answer. In this case, we have the $4,000 question that nobody can answer. Many business owners, as they set up their Google ad campaigns, they throw money, potentially $4,000 a month at Google ad campaign, and then look after 2 or 3 months and wonder why they're not getting any converted customers or clients for their business. And in this video, we're going to be diving in deeper as to why that may be, and one key area that you can change to your Google ad campaign that will ensure that you're going to be getting paying customers coming through the door. Example here would be the problem that, for example, in a plumbing company would be that they're spending over $4,000 on ads. But how many jobs do they have coming in from their Google ads? They have no idea, maybe a few. And what that tells me here is that they're just not tracking how their Google ad is performing. That's the It's all about tracking your Google ad campaigns and ensuring that you can see what's working and what's not, and then optimizing what is working and removing what isn't working. The key here to remember with Google ads is if you can't measure it, you can't fix it. So that's one key area to always remember for new business owners or business owners that are using Google ads for the first time. So break number one for broken Google ad campaigns. We call it the tracking black hole. So as mentioned, if you're not receiving phone calls, form submissions, and appointments, it's because you're not tracking. So for example, with phone calls, most service leads come via phone, yet most accounts don't actually track them. Same with form submission. Contact forms need conversion code on the thank you pages. So once the client or potential client submits the submission form, what you need to do there is you need to have a tracking code on the thank you page to ensure that you're tracking the conversions. And then finally there on the appointments or online bookings, you must. And then obviously with appointments, online bookings must fire conversions in Google Ads. What we see here is 80% often of service-based businesses, for example, a lot of that goes. What we commonly see here is that without tracking, 80% of your budget. What we commonly see here is that 80% of your budget often goes to campaigns that never actually generate a lead. So if you can't see it, you can't track it. And if you can't track it, there's potential that your Google ad campaign is just wasting your money each and every month and not being profitable for your business. So break number two from So break number two from the broken Google ad campaign, so the geographic money drain, we call it. So this is when Google has a default setting, and that default setting can really be a disaster for your Google ad campaign. The key here is that people interested in your target location means an Austin roofing ad shows to someone in New York planning a move there in 6 months or purely just for tourism, a California resident searching for a neighborhood or neighborhoods around the area where you operate, for example, or an international student that's writing a paper. What this does is it brings in people that are interested in your target area, but are not actually physically located in the target area for them to potentially become. So break number two in the broken Google ad campaign. So we call this the geographic money train. Here it is that we have a default setting disaster, and that's generally around the Google default setting. And if you don't change that setting, you can run into real problems and money just flying out the door and not really knowing where it's going with no conversions. The key here is that people interested in your target location means that, for example, an Austin roofing ad could show to someone in New York that's planning to move there in 6 months, or a California resident that's researching certain neighborhoods, even an international student who's writing a paper, and even a tourist that wants to visit Austin or has interest in visiting Austin. Your ad can show to them because they've shown interest in Austin, for example, in this case for the Austin roofing company. The key here is if you go with the default settings through Google, 30% of your budget is wasted on clicks from people who will never become customers or client of your business because they're not within the radius or they're not within the service area. So the people interested in can really burn your budget and send your Google ad campaign out to people that are really never going to become customers or clients of your business. So to clarify, with the setting, what you want to be doing is changing it from people interested in to people regularly in or people in your target location. Just by making that one change, you'll ensure that people who actually see your Austin roofers ad here, for example, would be around physically in the area of Austin to see your ad and potentially become customers. It won't be shown to New York residents or California residents that have an interest in that area of Austin. Always set realistic service radius. So start tight around 15 miles, we would say, from your office or your business area that you want to operate in. And then what you can do is you can always extend and expand that audience area as and when you have real data-driven decisions or knowledge of how profitable or how successful your Google ad campaign has been. So the third, or break number 3, that we come across here in the broken Google ad campaign is the keyword chaos, we call it. So here we have a mess here of, for example, 47 keywords all in one ad group, and every match strategy with no real clear strategy in terms of whether it should be a phase, an exact, or a broad match strategy. It's purely just an input of a whole bunch of keywords that we think is relevant, and we just run with it, and we throw a budget amount of money at it and just hope it works. A key here would be for the AC business based in Austin is if they was to run a Google ad campaign and they would have keywords here of people that would come in through searches such as how to fix AC yourself, AC parts wholesale, AC repair salary. So all these searches are just general searches around AC, but they would all trigger your ads, but actually none of these would ever become potential customers. It's irrelevant traffic to kind of the campaign that you're running and the business that you're running. So this is where, if you don't have a tighter grip on your keywords, it can be shown to many people that are searching similar but not exactly what you're actually advertising. What we've seen from experience as a result of tightening up the keywords, having effective keywords, and having a strategy in place is that after the rebuild and after the optimization of this process, you'll see a 43% drop in cost per lead within 2 weeks, which is a huge difference in terms of how much of your ad is going out the window, in terms of how much you're saving, and now that ad money is actually making you profit in terms of new customers and new clients to your business. So the process here really would just be to tighten up your keyword ad strategy, and obviously then putting into your Google ad campaign negative keywords. So that will ensure that you don't receive irrelevant traffic to your Google ad. For example, here, searches such as how to fix AC yourself, or AC repair strategy, AC repair salary, for example. What you would do is you would kind of input all the negative keywords that are relevant there, and that would help tighten up the irrelevant chaos or the irrelevant traffic into your Google ads to ensure that the people that see your ads are the people that could potentially become customers and clients, which would obviously increase your conversion rate and see new clients and customers come through the door. Okay, so break 4 in the broken Google ad campaign. So what we have here is the generic ad messaging. So what a lot of businesses do is they write their ad copy real quick, put it onto the Google ad campaign and run away with it, just thinking that's going to be great and everything's job done. However, the problem here is that you want to make sure that your ad message or ad copy is tightened and unique to your service that you're offering. So in this case, what people do is they fail to do that. They have a too generic message or a headline on their Google ad campaign. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, what everyone generally says as a generic kind of Google ad copy would be professional service, experienced team, great prices. This is boring, interchangeable, and ignored. What really works is to have that specific uniqueness to it. So in this case, if we're just to keep the kind of the plumber analogy, what you'd say here is the 24/7 emergency plumber, fast response for burst pipes, call now. And this is specific, urgent, and relevant, and it would really help to convert with people that are seeing your ad rather than the more generic, boring, ignored option to the left here. The key to remember here is to match the search intent with your ad copy and your messaging. So highlight the real differentiations, response time, and guarantee 5-star review or transparent pricing, for example. Use every ad extension. Use every ad extension. So bigger ads, more clicks, better quality score, and lower cost. Then you're happy. Then what you'll start to see is more effective ads, more conversions, and more customers coming through your Google ad campaigns. The fifth and final break in the broken Google ad campaign is the landing page disaster, we call it. So, for example, potential customer clicks the Google ad. For example, they search for kitchen remodeling, and they click the specific ad that's shown from your business. The mistake here is that then they land on the landing page or the page that's connected to the Google ad. But what a lot of people do is they actually have a generic homepage that's linked to the Google ad. So what happens there is if someone's searching for a kitchen remodel, they click the link that is sent through from the Google ad and that lands on a generic homepage, which has all your different services, a bit about your business, your reviews, but it doesn't really answer their urge or their search, what they're looking for, in this case, a kitchen remodel. So the loss is that they hunt around for 10 seconds, get frustrated and leave, and then that kind of traffic and that potential customer would then leave your website and go to a potential competitor. So the key here really is to have a dedicated landing page per service. So for example, in this case with the kitchen remodel, what you would do is you would create a landing page specifically for the kitchen remodel service. And then when you run your Google ad, you'd have that traffic of the people that click through that Google ad to land on your landing page that's specific to that service. And within that service landing page, what you do is you'd have clear call to actions. And that would encourage people straight away to contact you or fill out the form or whatever it is there may be, but that'll allow for them to click straight through to you to contact you for your services rather than just landing on a generic homepage where they scroll up and down for 10 seconds and then leave. That's a lost client or a lost potential client, and that will really double your conversion rate just purely by having a service specific landing page. So stop bleeding now and actually have a profitable Google ad campaign. So again, as an overview, we had number one was to fix your conversion tracking. So the foundation to always track calls, forms, and bookings. The second is to tighten your location targeting. So change settings, reduce your radius, and stop your geographic waste to service areas that you can't operate in. Third is to rebuild your keyword structure. So 10 themed ad groups. Ensure that you're strategically choosing the right phase, exact, and match type for your keywords, and also including negative keywords to take away the irrelevant traffic to your Google ad. Next and fourth would be to rewrite. The next and fourth would be to rewrite your ad. So match the search intent with your ad copy and your writing. So highlight your uniqueness within the ad copy to ensure that that person that's going to be landing, or the potential customer that's going to be landing on your ad, has their answer or their search answered straight away, and that will encourage them to then go through to contact you. And the fifth one there would be to have a dedicated landing page. So as we just discussed, is ensure that you have like a unique or special landing page for that service area that your Google ad's going to be running, and have at least one clear call to action. And test this constantly to ensure that it works and it's efficient and it's really doing what you want it to do to convert customers, because we've seen that really can be awesome and great for your business as it will double your conversions. So the key here really is you do not need a bigger budget for your Google ad campaign to be successful. You just need to fix these broken pieces. And once you do, you will see your Google ad campaign go from a broken campaign to a really successful campaign that will start to earn you new clients, new customers, and generate a whole lot of profit for your business. If you're looking to grow your business through Google Ads or implementing a Google Ads strategy, feel free to click the link below where we provide a free audit call to one of your Google Ad campaigns or one of the strategies that you're currently working on, and provide you with an audit call in terms of how we believe you can fix that to ensure that you have a really successful campaign and can grow your business with Google Ads.